Hello, my name is Rossella and today I'm going to do chapter 2 in this book. Following my videos about clefs, I'm going to do the exercises relating to the tenor clef. Enjoy it! Bye! Okay, in exercise number 6, we need to state whether the second version of a bar is correctly written an octave lower than the given one. We don't need to check every note because we can see that they are the same, they are well written. It's just to transpose the first note that will tell you if the answer is correct or incorrect. Remember, we need it to be 1 octave lower. So, middle C is down here, okay, and this is Do, okay. This is also Do, but this is middle C. So this is an octave lower. So the answer is correct. In the second one, middle C is below here. Okay, so this is G above middle C. In this second version of it, this G is also above middle C. So they are the same pitch. So the answer is incorrect because we need to state whether the second example is an octave lower. So this is incorrect. Okay, so in this one, we have Fa above middle C. So this one must be below middle C, and this is actually below middle C because middle C is here. Let's see if the note is the same now. We want a Fa. So Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa. This, on this line, should be the note that we want. Because it isn't, okay, it's one below, the answer is incorrect. Because it's not 1 octave below. Okay, in this fourth example, we have, we need to compare the tenor clef and the bass clef. So, in the tenor clef, this is D just above middle C. In the bass clef, middle C would be here, and this is an octave lower, and it's a D. So the answer is correct. In this last example, we have the two clefs in comparison are the alto clef and the tenor clef. So let's have a look. Let's remember the tip that I gave you in this video. That the two clefs are 2 steps apart. So if the notes are 2 steps apart, that will be it. Well, it will be the same note. So in this case, let's double count because we can see straight away that they are 2 steps apart. So this is middle C. So that will be Do, Re, Mi, Fa. This is Fa. This is middle C. Do, Re, Mi, Fa. So it's the same note. We want an octave lower, so the answer is incorrect. And exercise 6, it's done for you. This exercise 7 is very similar to exercise 6, but is in reverse. So they want us to check if the second example is an octave higher than the first. In this first box, we need to compare the tenor clef and the treble clef. So let's see which note is this. The tenor clef is treble clef -1, so this is La, Do, Si, La. and is below middle C. So this La has to be 1 octave higher than the previous example. So this is below middle C. This note in treble clef would be down here. 1 octave higher would be here, and this is 2 octaves higher. So the answer is incorrect. In the second example, this is La, far below middle C. This one here is closer to middle C, so let's see if the notes are the same. This is La, this is Do, Si, La. So the answer seems correct. Let's double check if this is just 1 octave. La would be here, just 2 below middle C, 2 below middle C. That's correct. In the third example, we have the contralto clef and treble clef. So this is B, and this is also B. This one is below middle C. This one is also below middle C. So they are the same pitch, and the answer is incorrect because they want us to find an octave higher. In the next example, we must compare the bass clef and the tenor clef. So this note here, let's count, is Mi. So this is E in the bass clef. Mi, Re, Do, Si, La, Sol. That's G. Middle C is up here, so this is actually 2 octaves below middle C. Let's see if this is 1 octave below middle C. It appears so, but let's check if the note is the same. This is Do, middle C. Okay. We can count, or we can relate the name of the note to the treble clef. So this will be La in treble clef, -1 is G, so it's also G, and it's 1 octave lower than middle C. Middle C is here, another one is here, another Do is here, and this is 2 octaves, so the answer is correct. In the last exercise, we need to compare the treble clef notes with the tenor clef notes. So let's have a look. This is La, middle C, just below middle C. This should be a La above middle C. It looks above middle C. Is it La? Yes, it is. Because this is B -1 is La. So the answer is correct. I hope this was easier for you. Let me know in the comments or send me an email. Okay, this last exercise, number 8, asks us to state whether this sentence is true or false based on what we can see here. Okay, A is 1 octave higher than B. All right, let's have a look. This Re is above middle C, okay? Middle C will be, so 1 octave lower would be here. So if this is true, in bass clef, that would be written up here, above middle C. This is not the case, as you can see. So it's not 1 octave higher, but it's more. So that is false. We need to circle it. There you go. C is 2 octaves lower than A. Okay, this note is Re, okay, just above middle C. This means that, okay, so let's rub out these things. Okay, This is 2 octaves lower. So middle C is here. And this is the note that is written here. So it's not 2 octaves low, 2 octaves lower, but it's 1. So it's false again. B is 2 octaves lower than C. Okay, so this is Re above middle C. So again, it would be here. Okay, this is the other one, and this is ours. So it is 2 octaves lower. That is true. Does this make sense? Let's have a look at the second example. In the second example, we have a tenor clef, a alto clef, and a bass clef. Okay, so let's see. C is 1 octave lower than A. Okay, this is middle C, and this is La, A, just below middle C. The La just below middle C is here in bass clef. There's another one here and another one here, so 2 octaves lower. So C is 2 octaves lower, but they want us to say if 1 octave lower is correct or incorrect. What do you think? Easy peasy, that's incorrect. False. It's 2 octaves lower. A and B are the same pitch. Okay, this is easy. If there are 2 steps apart, and they are, the answer is correct. B is 2 octaves higher than C. So B is 2 octaves higher than C. Now the answer is correct because they are the same pitch and this is 2 octaves apart. So you can do, the equivalence is like in maths. It's very easy to do. But let's do the whole thinking again. So this is 2 octaves, okay? So this is the note as it would be Do, Si, La, just below middle C. So middle C is up here, Do, Si, La. Another one is here, another one is here. So it's 2 octaves higher. True. I'm going to do this challenge here now because this is, I have a very good tip for you. They ask us to rewrite a melody an octave lower in another clef. So it sounds the same, but just an octave lower. We must include everything because if it needs to sound the same, the rhythm should be also the same and the accidentals should be respected as well. Okay, so the clef, the key signature and the time signature are already included. So I only need to write the notes. Okay, 1 octave lower. Let's transpose straight away this note an octave lower, okay? And it's here. Now it's 4 steps above middle C. So let's count middle C here. Do, re, mi, fa. That's the first note that we want. Okay? So my tip is transpose it an octave lower and then write the equivalent note in the second clef. Do not try to transpose this actual pitch because you can see there it will be really further up and then you have to transpose an octave lower again. And with all the ledger lines, it's so easy to get wrong. You can transpose each note or you can actually use the intervals, okay? So this is 2 above, so let's write 2 above, okay, C. And then we have 1 below and 1 below. So I don't need to transpose each of them. I just relate them to this first note. Now, we can also use the transposition by I that I talked about. This is Fa becomes Sol, La becomes Si, and so forth. So if we want to use this technique here, that would be very easy to just transpose one up here. Okay, this is natural. Okay, it's the same high of this, so very easily we need to put a natural sign on B. Okay, so once you've done that correctly, it actually looks very straightforward. It's literally one note above, but to get to that one note above, we need to calculate a few things, because they actually ask us an octave lower. So I'm going to rub this out so you can see the exercise developed as it should be. Let's go to the second one now. Would you like to try? Pause the video and try to find the first note. This might seem very difficult because we need to transpose from the alto clef to the tenor clef. But let's remember one more time the top tip that I gave you. They are 2 steps apart. These 2 clefs are 2 steps apart. So the note will be actually 1 ledger line above here. But let's remember again, they ask us to write it an octave lower. So that would be up here, but an octave lower. So let's make it extra easy. That's Mi in the treble clef, plus 2 equals Sol. That would be here, written here, okay? Now, an octave below would be written here. So that's our note. Because with these videos, I'd like you to actually know the theory, understand the music theory. Let's count and say the names of the notes. This is Do, okay, middle C, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. That's F, okay? Now, an octave lower, closer to the middle C, would be Do, Re, Mi, Fa. This is it, okay? I hope this is clear now. Now we need to write Fa, Mi, Fa. So Fa, Mi, sharp. Fa, same note. Now 2 above, but an octave lower. So here. Well, this is actually, should be written like that. Semiquavers. The stem in this case upwards. Now, if you want to double check if these 2 notes are correct, you can count the interval of these 2 notes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so it's a 7th, of course, Mi, Fa, and Mi, okay? And it's all done for you. Let's rub this out, and I hope this makes sense to you. Let me know, send me an email, write comments, and I will go further if you need.